Oh, hey everybody!
Going
live. Good morning.
Should we wait till the people join?
Oh,
Because I feel like that's like a normal going live.
Oh,
Wait till
thing.
the people join.
Let's just make sure that.
I've been
I
watching
see some
some
people
live streams.
joining.
Lots of you guys have been on for a long time.
Ann Hogan. Okay, she's joining.
yes.
Okay.
Sorry.
So
That's my
We're-
Instagram live thing where it's like contact people.
Okay.
You know
They saying I'm here, so
yeah. They're
looks
all
like
here.
people are here from all over. Thank you guys for joining us. We're excited. We're going to be premiering our fifth video. Of course, if you guys are already on this, more than likely you found the song already. Checked out the song.
but just do the obligatory, like tell them about Against the World.
We're not going to tell you anything.
and all the songs and what's
So-
been going on.
Yeah, so Against the World is the record project that we've put out this year. Every month we've been sharing new music and doing something a little different. And every song we have a new video. So we're really excited to be able to premiere the brand new video for the song Stronger.
This is 4 more music videos than we made for Anthem.
Right.
3 more videos than we made for Shout It Out.
And just the same amount of music videos that we made for the CBBP from last year for HANSON
Exactly.
members who are watching. So,
Exactly.
CBIB? Zach, what is that?
yes.
Continental Breakfast in Bed. That was the COVID fan club EP. That's why we threw it. Was originally going to be called Continental Breakfast, and then we were like, no, it's in bed because we're stuck in bed. We thought about doing the whole album in a bed.
In a bed, and then we realized that we'd have to do that together, and we said no.
That was cool.
Bunk beds was a long time ago.
I know.
Yeah,
It would have been interesting. It would have been so much cooler.
So,
Live from
I am.
Zach's
You'll notice I'm
bedroom.
wearing a Swampers shirt right now.
Swampers.
Okay, so that is in relation to the place in which we recorded a huge portion of this record. We did a lot of the vocals back at 3CG in Tulsa, but we did most of the recording of the band and a lot of the arranging and things like that down there in Muscle Shoals, Alabama, which was really, really fun. The Swampers is a famous studio band that made an extraordinary amount of awesome records, including
with the sound.
Old Time Rock and Roll by Bob Seger. That's them.
I like that old time of rock and roll.
It's obviously Bob Seger singing, but it's the Swampers playing.
Which interestingly isn't super rock and roll. The song is not.
Well, yeah, I mean, its own way. I mean, it is. It's more like
It's a little kitschy
R&B.
in a way.
It's R&B. And by the way, did you also know that ba-da-da-da-da-da-da, and then the repeat ba-da-da-da-da-da-da was actually a tape loop glitch, and they kept it.
Oh wow!
It's also why it's slightly out of time.
So we are going to take some questions if you guys have them. There's lots of thoughts and throughout thoughts about the song. If you've already heard the tune, feel free to throw out those questions. And also, obligatory plug. We've got to remind you guys tonight, if you're not already in Tulsa, tonight is the first of the 2 monthly live stream concerts we're doing. So you guys will get to see it live for the first time. This song, as well as we've been moving through every album over the years with these shows. So we'll feature an old album plus the new songs. Yeah. So tonight is Shout It Out. Tomorrow is Anthem plus the brand new tune. So
yeah, and then a random smattering of other things that we feel like playing.
Yeah, so
it's our show.
It's our way of creating mental health for ourselves.
Exactly.
And being able to do a song, at least a show every month or so.
Exactly. And the cool thing about doing these shows this way is whether you are in, the United States, anywhere in the United States, anywhere in South America, Europe, Asia, Australia, whatever, you can still be a part of these shows because we're streaming them. Yeah. And that's been a really fun thing. And that's certainly been something we've always hoped we could do more of over the years. But obviously, the shifts in both technology and the circumstances have created a scenario where something that could be a negative has actually kind of become a positive, which is that we get to share the show with the whole world all at once.
Chat over here, they said, I'm on my way to Tulsa right now. And I thought to myself, I hope you're not driving and watching this.
I hope oh my God.
Please pull over at a rest stop right now.
Okay, let's see if we can answer a couple questions. And there's so many different things. The lyrics to Stronger are just beautiful. What was the inspiration behind the song? So most of this record was made pre-COVID, and it's interesting. A lot of these, this has been a really challenging year for. I think the whole world has just been that. It's been a tense and time, and so it's kind of interesting because now I listen back to lyrics and I think about what a lot of us have gone through, even just the question and the confusion, and it's like it was written almost like it feels like it was written for this time. Exactly. But the song, the ideas in the lyric, I feel like these are universal thoughts. This is, this sort of dichotomy of the song is the verses really talk about giving up, talk about being in despair, talk about, and then the chorus, the whole time you're listening to the song, the chorus is like a response to this conversation that's happening.
Mhm.
Where you're saying, I want to be stronger than this way. I want to be better than I am, which is sort of a dichotomy, right? It's a catch-22. You can't be better than you are. But the feeling that you're not sort of, giving up, even when you're past having the strength to do more. I think that's really the striving is really the message. And I think, we've gone through a lot of struggles internally. We've gone through, you have your days where you just can't make sense of, the list of things that you feel like are overwhelming you, and you don't feel like you're going to find a way through. You don't see a way. And so the song is really trying to sort of openly acknowledge that despair that can be right in front of.
It also kind of, I think, in a good way, it's funny because a lot of times when writing songs, you feel like you need to kind of have some conclusion or some kind of moral to the story. And in a certain way, I actually like the fact that this song remains unresolved. It doesn't say this is exactly what I'm going to do about this. It kind of just says, I want to be stronger than this. And in a sense implies that he can get past it, but he doesn't overly, in some sense, not over moralizing it, I guess, in a certain sense.
Well, I mean, it's ultimately saying that the decision to keep trying
is important.
Yeah, even if
exactly. So if
some songs live in a moment and some songs tell a story.
Right, exactly. And that song lives in a moment.
This is not really about an arc.
Right.
Right. I mean, it speaks to this feeling, and it's almost encapsulated only in that one line, and everything else is just to
understand how challenged,
like an onion.
Yeah. So
song about onions.
It's a song about onions.
It makes you cry.
So this song lots of people say they love the song. I saw somebody here say it seems like this one and Against the World would have been great for string theory.
Yes,
they would have.
Yeah,
yes, they would have.
Well, and so in some respects, these songs are a reflection of the time doing string theory. So Absolutely. They were written partly coming out of that. And Against the World was written starting while we were on that tour. So I mean, there's definitely these musical endeavors.
Wait till they hear the final song.
Yeah, you guys
will be like, "Well, that was definitely because of string
theory." You'll feel like this record was very.
I just gave him
a little sneaky peeky.
Okay, let's see if we can get a few sneaky peeky. Okay,
yeah, I don't know. Just go on there.
Sneaky peeky.
Yeah.
Careful with
never mind.
People want us to say hello,
everyone.
Yes,
hello world.
Insert place, insert name.
We do see. I mean, as we have gotten accustomed to, which is so incredible. We see fans, you guys from all over. Thank you for staying connected with us, for listening to the music, for sharing it. We see fans from Brazil, from Indonesia, from all over the States, from Europe.
Yeah. I saw somebody say, yes, who plays cello? I try and play cello. I can play certain things on a cello.
So
in relative tune.
There's a question
it's
here
surprisingly hard
about the music video, and it said, what was the inspiration for the Northern Lights? So when we decided to do the music videos the way we did, we found a really cool space. It was a 100-year-old power station here outside of Tulsa. And we had the idea of using just cool imagery for each video and a big screen. So the screen was, what was it, about 16 by 24 feet. Yeah. So a big screen. And then kind of each song was trying to find a feeling that would kind of connect with what was going on, but was still more of a background, right? It's not a feature. It doesn't take the place of the band, but in some way
we were kind of inspired. If anybody saw the Joshua Tree tour that U2 did a few years ago, that was a really amazing experience because the way they did those visuals, which were obviously
they combined
hyper customized to what they were trying to do. But we kind of took a little bit and piece of that idea of, hey, this is this moving backdrop, It's meant to set a mood.
It sets the tone for everything.
It's not like visuals of us. It's visuals of a feeling. It's a light show.
And the Northern Lights, and you'll see Northern Lights in space, and sort of I mean, to me, I think it's the sense of it sets the tone of aspiration and this sort of and
getting
there's
bigger
both,
than the problem.
Yeah, and there's both intimacy, incredible intimacy. If you think about like the sort of isolation of being out in space, or thinking what happens in the sky, and at the same time, it's grand, it's massive. This song is both those things. It's one of the smallest, most intimate, and it's one of the biggest at the end of the song. You guys will,
it literally goes from zero to hero.
Yeah. We didn't end up doing this. I don't want my original thoughts when we started talking about. So we took the 7 songs, kind of what's the feeling, and looking for a feeling for each song, and then kind of going and finding or creating footage for it. And that's what immediately, to me, I thought of NASA, like, and of like these impossible kind of problems,
right?
Like, and there's a.
You mean like when you get out in space, you can't breathe?
But there's a nostalgia to that kind of connects with, I think,
like the 60s and all that space
the melancholy that is in this song.
Oh,
it's like, I want to overcome this, and I'm seeing almost a memory, right, as I speak. And I think that's why when you'll see the music video, it starts off kind of in a vignette and expands out, and you get that kind of feeling. And so we did do some connection to space just through, obviously, the Northern Lights and big scenes of the Milky Way and some other stuff.
I just want to jump in. See a question. Somebody's asking, does this album come with a world tour? So everybody's experiencing a continually different environment for live music with everything that's gone out around the world with the pandemic. So,
and it's obviously, it's very difficult on us, logistically speaking, to figure out how the heck
to do it. But the goal continues to be a majority concerts next year, and we're hoping that we're going to be able to come to see a lot of you. All of us are up against things we don't control, but definitely that's the plan. And next year, hopefully we'll be sharing this music, plus some other things. And right now the tour is the world tour that's happening, broadcasting each month from Tulsa, which you can watch online.
You can be Against the World tour plus,
or you can come to us. I know there's everybody can't fit in at Kane's Ballroom, and we found that out quickly, but definitely it's a way at least to stay connected while we're preparing for us to be able to come to you.
Exactly.
So
there's still definitely some moving parts, but we are very much in the process of having stuff ready to be announced as soon as we possibly can. So you guys will be hearing from us. I would imagine. Is it safe to say?
Safe to not say anything.
And before the end of the year,
we're expecting to announce what we'll be doing in 2022 before the end of the year, and we have a couple big ideas, and it's just going to see what actually ends up being the right idea before it's all said and done. But right now, we're really focused more on this show, and then next month, listeners' choice shows. For anybody who doesn't know, we're doing voting for the set lists for next month's streams. So you guys are going to have a lot of opportunities to jump in.
Help us run the show. I mean, pick the show.
2 minutes.
2 minutes.
Do we have 2 minutes, or is it 1 minute?
Or one? Well, depends on.
So the video is going to premiere here in less than a minute. So we want to thank. I've seen lots of Latin America shout outs: Mexico, Brazil, Paraguay. Lots of people also giving us a shout out. So thank you guys wherever you are. It really is one of the blessings in disguise of this whole process, as we've tried to stay and have been able to stay connected with you guys all over the world. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and we are going to be staying on and taking text chat as you watch, and hope we will see you guys tonight for the show. Okay. And thanks for listening, everybody.
Bye, guys.
We're going to try and stop before we get cut off. See you guys there.